And I think when we talk about neurodiversity and the neurodiversity movement, it's very important to understand that with any social justice movement, we center the most marginalized people, and that is often our non-speakers. So neurodiversity is not just for people who are seen as quote unquote high functioning or very talkative or verbal. I think that's something that gets misconstrued a lot by professionals and by parents, that everybody has the right to a self-determined life. Everybody should have access to ways to communicate and to self-advocate. So kind of going off of what Michelle and Laura were saying, as well as that behavior is communication and that everybody should have tools to communicate. So whether this is a child who's using an AAC device like an iPad or an app, or they're using a letterboard or facilitated communication, whatever they may be, we have to respect that voice. So I was a non-speaking kid. Most of my communication was crying, screaming, and pointing. That doesn't mean that I wasn't telling you what I wanted. We just have to get very adept at meeting children where they are. And it doesn't mean, and I think this goes a lot, and I think we always forget this when it comes to non-speakers and intellectual disability in particular, is not speaking is not the same as nothing to say. Let me repeat that. Non-speaking is not the same as nothing to say. There are many times that we will sit silently when things make us uncomfortable or something like that, and we don't say anything, or we just don't know how to get the words out, or there might not be a word for what we're thinking and feeling. So I think that's a really important piece to kind of keep in mind when we're having this discussion, is that we make sure that whatever we're doing is making sure that we listen to that person's voice and that we're giving them opportunities within reason, but also maybe a gentle challenge in the right direction to be more independent, to feel comfortable and safe and valid in their identities and voicing their opinion. I think with young neurodivergent people in particular, is building that identity is something that we need to do. And I think that professionals sometimes miss the mark on, is that we're telling people how to act in a largely neurotypical world, and we're not teaching neurotypicals how to act in with other people. Not that this is a neurodivergent world, but a neurodiverse world for that matter, because we're not all the same. And that's a good thing.